Good afternoon, everybody. Rubik's Master here with another quick video, this one about micro-controlling units. Now, I've seen in a lot of attacks against my base, and people mentioning being confused about how these things work in chat, about, like, people will attack me and they just don't have good control over their units. They don't use their units independently. They'll bunch all their units together and send them against a target, and either that makes all their units move too slowly and they take too much damage, or they aren't fast enough to take out my entire base. They just move too slowly. To demonstrate this on a couple bases I may attack, I have built this example platoon, which is a little bit more complicated than most people will build their platoon, but this is the one I used to use the most, except instead of Abrams I would use rhinos. And I've used every available squad spot. I've split up my S-13s, I've split up my tanks, the infantry is just a space filler, and I've split up my Reapers into two sections. Okay, since this game lacks individual unit control, you can only control your squads, dividing a large amount of units of the same type into different squads can be beneficial. It allows you to spread out attack area damage units from two different directions, all that good mess. So let's hop into a matchmaking and see if I can give some examples of the very basic microcontrol that I use. It'll load. Alright, this one does not give good examples. Well, first off, we can kind of discuss the basics, which most of you should know, but some do not, which is whatever amount of units, tempting. Anyway, whatever amount of units you select, he has a lot of defending troops, but otherwise that base is actually pretty easy, but I don't want to deal with all that mess. Whatever amount of troops you pick, they all move at the pace of the slowest unit. So your S-13s are wicked fast, but let's say the slowest unit I have right now is mortarmen. They move wicked slow. So if you're trying to have a group of S-13s and mortarmen attack the same target, that's gonna slow you way down and you're gonna take a ton of damage getting into that base. I'm trying to find a mortar, really. Some base, I could have broken that base, but I'm trying to find a mortar. This guy has a barrage turret. It's pretty nice. He has an S-13 and a little bit of infantry. Okay, does he have a helicopter pad? Nope. We are going to attack this base. That barrage turret will do nicely. Where does that range extend to? Over there. Alright. So he has a flak, a railgun, barrage, and these. We can deal with all of these first while staying out of range of the railgun, and then have our air deal with the railgun. I may run out of time on this attack because I will be taking it a little bit more slowly. Okay, so I'm going to start off as usual, select all units and deploy. But after I deploy them is where it's going to get a little different. How quickly are these? Okay, so I'd imagine he has his S-13 spawning first. We're going to go ahead and select our S-13s and just destroy one of these buildings, maybe two. So, we're not lagging too far behind. Okay, he had a tank come out first. So we're going to get our Abrams to go out and attack that tank, pulling our S-13s back. That tank is bound and determined to go for our S-13s. which is actually being disastrous for us. We got to take out that other S-13. All right. Another tank is coming. We're going to pull our S-13s back so that Rhino will target our Abrams first. Then we're going to move in our S-13s from the side to stay out of area damage and hit his Rhino. That's part of microcontrolling. If an enemy like a tank is dealing area damage, you want to take as little of that damage as possible. Okay, so keeping in theme, we're going to move our Rhino over here. Yeah, I'm probably not going to make this attack, but no biggie. So we're going to move this tank over here and try and move it within range of the barrage turret. There it is. All right, so the barrage turret isn't dealing area. Okay, now it will be. Our tanks are on autopilot. Here you go. Wait, oh wow, they were not attacking that other turret. Okay, so we saw some of the basics there. The limited AI, even with the AI off, can mess you up pretty badly. But you can see you can distract mortars and barrage turrets with a single tank that can take a lot of damage. You want to always, I can show this again in another attack, but you want to stage your tanks in front of your assaulting force. I'm just going to select all units and turn AI on. Real quick, let's just go whack. Oh, there you go, see? I have infantry and S-13s. Oh man, I'm going to lose my S-13 because of that mine. Let's just destroy their metal producers, get that full metal for this attack, and then call it quits. Now you can see how slow that infantry is. If all your units are moving as slowly as your slowest units, your S-13s are not being taken full advantage of. Okay, we're going to hit that, and that, and then we're going to call it quits. Alright, so that attack was mainly to show you how to spread out your troops in a fight. I did not pay good attention to the landmines in that instance. You always want to do that. But that was to show you how to spread out your troops in a fight, lure the fire of some of your enemy's units, especially with those area damage ones like the mortars, the barrage turret name just totally escaped me. Mortar, barrage turret are your defense platforms you need to watch out for, but S-13s and enemy tanks are also bad. Yeah, I took a lot of damage on that platoon that I shouldn't have. Okay. So what does this guy have? S-13s. We're just going to whack this base really quickly so I can be done. Probably not going to destroy the whole thing. Select all AI off. Spawn them here. Again, we're just going to select our S-13s. Work our way around a little bit. Whack these. You want to make good use of your time. You don't want a whole lot of dead space where you're just not doing anything, because these troops spawning can burn a good amount of time. Okay, with these troops all in a bunch like this, I can take them out in one volley. Should be able to. There it is. Are those S-13s or PKs? I believe those are PKs. So we're going to target those with our tank first, so they target the tank. As you can see, they do barely any damage. All right, waiting on the PKs to spawn. You do not want to get caught in fighting enemy defense platforms and a defending PK platoon at the same time. That is a nightmare waiting to happen. Okay, so we're going to offset these PKs a lot. No, you guys, no. Don't know what you guys are doing. Don't need you guys chasing. All right, so here we go with the good stuff. We don't have to worry about any... Okay, so we are going to try to get our troops a little closer together. Have our tanks. So we're going to select both our tanks and have them attack that turret. Then we're going to select all units, and as soon as those tanks get ahead of our S-13s, click that attack button. So you have the tanks leading by a very slight amount, and our S-13s following in the rear, staying in the rear. We want them to stay right there. So that one's down. We're going to attack that. We're going to select both of these and put them on that railgun. Make sure to select all these again. Keep them moving forward. Don't worry about that railgun. It's going to go away soon enough. As long as we still have those tanks in front, we're all good. All right, this is where it's going to get a little hairy. Our S-13's got a little bit in front. That's no biggie. At this point, we're going to turn AI on. Now, the thing about AI on, that turns off these guys working as a group. Now they all work on their own, targeting the nearest target, and the S-13s will move at max speed, and the Abrams will move at max speed. So this is the fastest way to clear out a base after you've taken out the defenses, is just turn the AI on and let them do their thing. They all move at their max speed, taking out targets closest to them. So I hope y'all learned a little bit from this. It is a little bit annoying. I think I just accidentally made them target that. It is a little bit annoying how hard it is to microcontrol these guys at times with even the AI off. There is still a limited AI, as you saw when those Abrams started chasing the S-13 that turned around, which made the Abrams go into the firing range of one of those turrets. On a different base with different defenses, that could have been catastrophic. That could have been the difference between victory and defeat. And that's all because of that limited AI, even with the AI off. Sometimes it can save your life, but more often than not, it has screwed me completely over. That is the only thing you need to worry about with micromanaging, is making sure that while you're micromanaging one group of units, your other group of units that you have doing something else isn't getting destroyed. It does take... You have to play on it kind of zoomed out, so you have a good overview of what's going on. And there are even more advanced tactics you can use with this, because you can deploy different units on different sides of the map and hit the enemies from two different sides of the map. That would be advantageous. Let's say I deploy some of my Abrams on one, and some of my... I deploy one squad of Abrams and one squad of S-13s on one side, and the other set of Abrams and S-13s on the other side. I attack from both sides at the same time, drawing the fire of every machine gun turret on the map, which allows my Reapers to target up to 2 targets and not take any damage while they're on the map. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. We want that. But more often than not, you're just going to attack from one side and throw all your forces against it. So again, the basics of this microcontrol: make sure your heaviest units are stacked forward, offset your S-13s so you don't take area damage from defending tanks or barrage turrets or mortars, or S-13s, especially S-13s will wreck you. What else did we cover? Mainly offset. Don't be afraid to offset. Or, let's say you're running close on time. Let's look at my base. Say you're running close on time, and you know you can defeat one of those turrets with your group of S-13s, but you're not going to make it there in time if you're using your Abrams as a shield. Maybe you just need to suck it up, take a little damage on your group of S-13s, and just send them at max speed towards that target. Trying to think if there's one other little tip that I forgot. Yes! I don't know if this is a tip, a trick. It may stop you from making a mistake. So you can select all units and have them target. So let's say I'm attacking my base. I select all my units and I have them attack this turret. They're all moving at the speed of my Abrams, my slowest units. Then I select only my S-13s, because maybe they're too far behind and I need them to catch up a little bit. So I select my S-13s and I tap the turret again. Nothing will happen. They will keep moving at the same speed of all the other tanks. To get them to attack, to move towards that turret faster, you have to select an alternative target, say the war factory next to it, then they will speed up to max speed, then you reset the target as the turret, and they will continue at max speed to attack the turrets separately of the Abrams. Use with that information what you will. Sometimes you just have to be able to catch up. Like I said, I like getting all my units in a group, selecting only my tanks, having them target an item, then select all my units, and once my tanks are slightly, ever so slightly ahead of everything else, that's when I use my select all to have all my units attack that and move in at the same speed as the Abrams, slightly behind. But let's say you have your S-13s doing something else. Since your Abrams move so slow, deploy your Abrams, target the turret, have your S-13s destroying outlying buildings, and then as soon as that turret starts firing at your Abrams, have your S-13s target the turret, and they will be there in no time flat. So yeah, I hope you got some good information out of this video. Like I said, it's kind of hard with the limited AI and the, just weird nature of how some of these attacks work out, especially with not full support for the device I'm on, which manifests itself in some weird ways. Anyway, hope y'all liked it. I am going to have to take a week off. Forgot to mention this. Going to be taking a week off this week. Have to go to Alabama, and I'm not going to have internet connection. I'm still going to be playing, though. Still going to be playing on my cell phone, but this tablet that I play on, that I do all my recording on, I won't be playing on, so probably won't get any videos for a week. Sorry, guys. Maybe I'll try and upload one tomorrow before I leave, but until I see y'all next time, have an awesome day.